Hello and welcome. Power up. 30 epic challenges ahead. What is the place called where planes take off and land? Airport. Harbor. Station. The correct answer is airport. Here's an interesting fact: airports are facilities where airplanes take off and land. What do we call the building where passengers check in and wait for flights? Terminal. Garage. Runway. The correct answer is terminal. Here's an interesting fact: a terminal is the main building in an airport for passengers. What is a passport used for at the airport? To show identity. To carry money. To buy food. The correct answer is to show identity. Here's an interesting fact: a passport is used as ID for international travel. What checks your bags before you fly? Security scanner. Ticket counter. Runway light. The correct answer is security scanner. Here's an interesting fact: bags are scanned for safety before boarding. What is the large road where a plane takes off? Runway. Highway. Walkway. The correct answer is runway. Here's an interesting fact: planes take off and land on a runway. What do you call the person who flies the plane? Pilot. Captain. Driver. The correct answer is pilot. Here's an interesting fact: a pilot is trained to fly airplanes safely. What is a boarding pass used for? To get on the plane. To buy snacks. To find your luggage. The correct answer is to get on the plane. Here's an interesting fact: boarding passes show your seat and flight info. What is the area where luggage is picked up? Baggage claim. Food court. Lounge. The correct answer is baggage claim. Here's an interesting fact: after landing, bags are collected at baggage claim. What kind of staff helps passengers inside the airplane? Cabin crew. Security. Engineers. The correct answer is cabin crew. Here's an interesting fact: cabin crew assist passengers during the flight. What do we call a short trip by airplane? Flight. Drive. Swim. The correct answer is flight. Here's an interesting fact: a flight refers to a journey taken in an airplane. Where do passengers show their tickets and passport? Check-in counter. Cafe. Control tower. The correct answer is check-in counter. Here's an interesting fact. The check-in counter is where boarding documents are verified. What do planes carry apart from people? Cargo. Trains. Houses. The correct answer is cargo. Here's an interesting fact. Airplanes also transport goods and packages. What is the control center for air traffic called? Control tower. Ticket booth. Baggage room. The correct answer is control tower. Here's an interesting fact. Air traffic control is managed from the control tower. What do you call the place where a plane is kept or repaired? Hangar. Runway. Lounge. The correct answer is hangar. Here's an interesting fact. A hangar is a building for storing aircraft. What is the name of the hallway that connects a terminal to a plane? Jet bridge. Elevator. Tunnel. The correct answer is jet bridge. Here's an interesting fact. Passengers use a jet bridge to board the plane directly. What is the section at the back of the plane called? Tail. Nose. Wing. The correct answer is tail. Here's an interesting fact. The tail helps keep the airplane stable in flight. What is needed to board an international flight? Passport. Umbrella. Radio. The correct answer is passport. Here's an interesting fact. You need a valid passport to travel internationally. What is turbulence? Airplane shaking. Food on board. Seat movement. The correct answer is airplane shaking. Here's an interesting fact. Turbulence is caused by changes in air pressure or wind. What does TSA stand for in airport security? Transportation Security Administration. Ticket Service Area. Travel Safety Agreement. The correct answer is Transportation Security Administration. Here's an interesting fact. TSA handles airport screening and safety in the US. What color are most runway lights? White. Green. Red. The correct answer is white. Here's an interesting fact. Runway lights are usually white for visibility. Stop between flights. A plane crash. A missed flight. The correct answer is, stop between flights. Here's an interesting fact, a layover is when you wait between two connected flights. What helps direct pilots while landing? Air traffic control. Taxi drivers. Weather apps. The correct answer is, air traffic control. Here's an interesting fact, air traffic controllers help guide planes safely. What is the main job of the control tower? Manage flights. Cook food. Repair engines. The correct answer is, manage flights. Here's an interesting fact, the control tower directs all takeoff and landing activity. What is an airline? A company that flies planes. A brand of shoes. A hotel chain. The correct answer is, a company that flies planes. Here's an interesting fact, an airline provides air travel services for passengers. What is economy class on a plane? Basic seating. First class meal. Extra luggage. The correct answer is, basic seating. Here's an interesting fact, economy class is the standard ticket option. What do you do at immigration? Show documents. Eat food. Refuel plane. The correct answer is, show documents. Here's an interesting fact, immigration checks passports and visas after international flights. What is checked baggage? Luggage stored in cargo. A backpack. Items bought at duty-free. The correct answer is, luggage stored in cargo. Here's an interesting fact, checked baggage is stored under the plane. What is the cockpit? Where the pilot sits. Where luggage is kept. Where meals are cooked. The correct answer is, where the pilot sits. Here's an interesting fact, the cockpit is where pilots control the plane. What is a visa? Travel permission. Boarding pass. Airline name. The correct answer is, travel permission. Here's an interesting fact, a visa allows entry into certain countries. What's a red-eye flight? Overnight flight. Delayed flight. Free flight. The correct answer is, overnight flight. Here's an interesting fact, red-eye flights are late night and often cause tiredness. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Stay tuned for more exciting content, and we'll catch you in the next one.